Okay. So I always ask the question when I do employee engagement, because everybody kind of sort of knows what it is, but they're not really sure, but they know they have to worry about it. So does anybody know what employment engagement is? Who wants to throw out an answer? Because I make you guys talk to me. Somebody, I say that again?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Teamwork engages employees? Any other ideas? Yes.
Creating a positive culture.
Positive culture.
Individual employees' investment in the job, investment in the company, how much themselves they bring to work.
Good. I mean, those are all components. So can I put you guys out of your misery?
Yes.
Okay, so I found this really awesome definition at engageforsuccess.org, and I like it because it's a workplace approach resulting in the right conditions for all members of an organization to give their best each day, committed to their organization's goals and values, motivated to contribute to organizational success with an enhanced sense of their own well-being. Hi, just look. One sentence, and I took everything you said and threw it in one sentence. Piece of cake? Not as easy as it looks. That sentence, that's easy to come up with that, right? So, let's take a look. Why does it matter? I mean, if you're going to do something, there has to be a reason it's got to matter. So why does it matter? Has anybody thought about their company brand when they don't have engaged employees? Because you know what happens, right? That employee's going home at night and saying, I hate my job, I hate the company I work for. And then somebody says, who do you work for? Sales. So when your company brand is hurt, your sales get hurt. Yeah? Customer service. If you're not feeling it, can you give good customer service? Somebody calls on the phone and you're just like, how long till 5 o'clock? Right? Retention. How many people in the room are HR professionals? Don't you hate that word? It's like if another person walks out of this company, I'm going after them. What do you mean I got to start recruiting again? I just filled that job. You go to the manager. What did you do wrong that made that person want to leave? Right? Retention. We want people to stay. Because when they walk out the door, what do they take with them? Knowledge. Goes with them. Innovation. Do people who don't really care about your company bring their best ideas to work every day? Never. Are they going to share them with you? Are they invested in your success? So that's why engagement matters. Right. Why is two-way communication essential? Right? Because we're, as managers and as organizations, we have to make sure that people know the goals and objectives of the organization. But we have to also be tapped into our employees and listen to what they're telling us about how those objectives and goals can be achieved. Because who's doing the work? They're doing the work. So it's a two-way communication thing. And employees who feel that their ideas are valued are more likely to bring their ideas to you, number one, and number two, are more likely to stay because they feel like their contributions are valued. Does that make sense? How about this? My HR folks and my managers, rumors are destructive. If you're not having conversations with your employees, conversations are still taking place. They just may be totally inaccurate and have wrong information, and stories are flying around. So how many of you have been in a situation where somebody comes to you and says, I just heard from so-and-so that this is happening, and why wasn't I told? Yes? Happens? So the more you communicate with your employees, the more they know what's going on. They're getting it from you. Isn't it better getting it from you than getting it from everybody else who may not have all the pieces of the puzzle or not have the right accurate information? So communication, this two-way communication, is very, very important. And you want people to buy in to a shared vision. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then we're moving along. So what does employee well-being have to do with engagement? We've all heard about the work-life balance. Is there such a thing? It's really difficult, right? It's more like competing interests that you're trying to devote this energy to in the right amounts. Many times it's difficult choices because work is personal. It's really, really important to us, right? Everything we do at work is important. All the things that are tied up in our work. What things are tied up in our work? It's how we feed ourselves. It's the roof we put over our heads. It's how we feed our families. It's how we send our kids to school if we have kids. It's everything about work is personal, much more personal than we may even realize. Some of our best friendships are at work. Some of our worst conflicts are at work. Work is very personal. So it really is important to energize your employees, to make them feel that this is a place they want to be, and making them feel included rather than excluded. These are very important things. When people feel good at work, when they have this well-being at work, they do start to feel like there is work-life balance. Not one thing is not more competing more than with something else. And this, empowering everyone to act in the best interest of an employee while staying within policy. That's your managers and your HR folks and even other employees. The caring about other people, staying within policy. So, this comes from the beginning part of the thing. A place where employees want to be. Work is personal. The minute we don't want to be there, you've lost that feel good. People don't quit their jobs, they quit their bosses. You've heard that a bazillion times. Right? LinkedIn. They've been saying, I've been saying this before LinkedIn said it. No. Positive and constructive feedback is essential. People need to know what kind of a job they're doing. They need to know when things aren't going right. They need to know right away. Don't hold back. Let them know right away. Don't keep a laundry list. I was telling you my last thing on performance management. Don't keep this laundry list of things that you only discuss at the 6-month review. Because people can't make changes. They'd like to know when they're doing a good job. They like to know when things that they're doing need to be corrected. You've heard that real estate thing, right? What they say in real estate? Location, location, location. In work, it's reputation, reputation, reputation. You always need to be concerned about the company's reputation. And people don't want to work for a company that they hear bad things about. That's up to us. So Why are properly defined roles and job ownership essential? I always say what motivates people to go to work, and somebody always says money, but pay isn't everything. If you hate the place and you don't like being there, the money isn't going to keep you there. It may keep you there while you look for another job, but you're going to be looking for another job and you're not going to be giving your all into the work you're doing. People need to have a sense of achievement as well as the pay rewards. They need to feel a sense of mastery and achievement over the job that they're doing. And we all want to know that we're doing a good job and that we're succeeding in the things that we've been asked to do. We all want a chance to improve. We don't want to hear at the 1-year performance review that we spent the whole year messing up and nobody told us, when it's a simple thing we could have just changed. So that, and the other thing is being connected to something larger. We all want to feel a sense of pushing forward something larger and connecting to what the company is doing as a whole. What do workplace relationships have to do with it? A lot of, as I said before, people are laughing in the back. Some of our best friendships are made. Who's made a really, really good long-term friend at work? Yeah. Even when you left the company, you're still speaking to that person, right? Yeah. So it is personal. We develop relationships. My HR people, mandatory fun is not fun. They've done studies on this. When you tell people, we're playing board games in the conference room at 3 o'clock, be there, everybody has to attend, they're not going to be happy about it. So you need to foster people's ability to develop those workplace relationships with their managers and with their co-workers so that they get to know you, you get to know them, you develop a sense of a commonality, familiarity, and things that you can see in common that bind you together, and it makes the workplace a really fun place to be rather than the mandatory fun thing. And guess who's the first to know when something's going wrong? Your friends go, no, not HR. Because just as a sideline, HR is not seen as anybody's friend. We're like in the middle over here. No, but yes, people do go to HR, and I hope they go to HR with their problems, but I guarantee you they went to their friend at work first. Be human. How do you grow your employees? This is my biggest thing, cross-training. Everybody in the department should know how to do at least one other thing that someone else in that department does. Because what happens when that person walks out the door, takes the knowledge with them, or when they're just on vacation, does the whole thing fall apart, and then they come home to this, or back to work, it's this big pile of work to do. It's good for the company, it's good for the employee. Create promotion pipelines. Create ways that people can move through the organization. That makes them feel like if I do a really good job here, I have an opportunity to go there. Now, sometimes promotions aren't possible, but can you at least enrich their role or their job with other opportunities, other skills, and other things that they can learn that are useful to them and that are part of the things that they want to learn? We're watching the time, right? Guarding against stagnation and boredom. That's the best way to do it, is ask people, are there other things you want to learn? Are there things you'd like to know that will make this more of an exciting role for you? growth opportunities are reasons to stay. When people feel that they're on a path to something bigger, they're more likely to stay with you. That goes back to your retention. And the people with the good ideas don't leave because you're fostering them, asking them to share, giving them opportunities to grow with the company. Because they're sharing, you're rewarding them, and they're going to keep doing it. And they're not going to go somewhere else with those great ideas that you could use. You're smiling. Yes. You don't seem convinced. You can share with me, by the way. I like when everybody shares. All right, so I like this quote. Surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams, encourage your ideas, support your ambitions, and bring out the best in you. So what's this got to do with engagement? Surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and believe in their dreams too. As managers and as leaders and as HR people, we have to know what people's dreams are so that we can help them grow with the company. And the company vision is the common goal. We want to know that they're tied into that. Supervisors, when they're motivating others, may pick the wrong ways of motivating because they may not have bothered to ask the question of the employee, what are your goals? What are your aspirations? Where do you see yourself going? And how can I help you move there? So supervisors are responsible for motivating others. They also need to be tapped in to what other people's dreams are. And team members are motivating each other. Yes, 5. Oops, did I skip one? Surround yourself with people who encourage your ideas and encourage their ideas. Ask for input. Don't just share your own. Ask for input. Create job and project ownership. Encourage new ways of being productive. And then give and ask for feedback and use anything that's constructive. Surround yourself with people who support your ambitions and then support theirs. Take advantage of career development training that is available to you, makes you a better manager, and that you can make available to your employees. Offer to take on projects and offer stretch projects. So when you offer a stretch project, that gives a person an opportunity to show you what they can do. And you can gain a lot of knowledge from that because then you can perhaps use that person in another way, in a different, on a different project to get the most out of their skills. Create high-value work by using recognition, praise, and other incentives. I have this little thing that I do with stick-it notes, and I do this when I teach performance management. I go around the room and I write a little note, like if you contributed to it, I say thanks for your contributions. I put it on. At the end of the session, some people have sticky notes and others don't. And the people who don't have them are like, where's my note? So it's there's some very simple, no-cost, low-cost things you can do to create recognition and praise. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you, and then your obligation is to bring out the best in them. If as managers and supervisors you are engaged, your people will be engaged too. If they feel like you really want to be there, they'll want to be there also. Engaged employees are more productive, obviously. They're not focused on all the drama and other things that are going on. They're focused on the work that needs to get done. So that's it. That's the end of it. Questions? Any questions? Yes.
I think you answered the question. I've done employee-based training, delivered it, and
Yes,
tied it
yes.
to retention, and just how the two are connected.
Yes.
And I want to know what type of activities you did during this to bring it to life.
Yes. So when I do this this is 20 minutes, when I do this as a 4-hour presentation, I give them lots of different. One of the things that's been very successful lately is I've been using a learning style assessment that I give to all the managers to suggest that they take the learning style themselves. They find out that they're auditory, visual, or kinesthetic, hands-on. When they find that out, they suddenly start to realize, oh, wait a minute, I've been making assumptions, okay? Because I'm auditory, so I tell people, okay, so when you're giving me instructions, don't ask me to take notes. Now, for a person who is visual, who's giving me the instructions, they get very irritated when I'm not taking notes because they think I'm not going to remember a single thing that they said. So that affects the way they manage me because they kind of think that I'm just, yeah, I'll get, do you know what I'm saying? So very often I will do that. I'll do that learning assessment and give them and ask people to then think about the different, and take it back to their direct reports and have their direct reports do it. And that it empowers the managers to relate to their direct reports in different ways to make it them more effective. Mm-hmm. That's one of my best techniques for that. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
It's hard